Hello students, this is 11th lecture on rotational dynamics. In this lecture, we will talk about the rolling motion of a body down the inclined plane and will solve some numericals from rotational dynamics. Students, you know what is translational motion? You must have studied about linear motion, which is the simplest type of translational motion. Then in rotational dynamics, we have studied about circular motion and rotational motion. So now what is rolling motion? So when a body like sphere, wheel, cylinder or disc rolls on a surface, the motion can be treated as the combination of translational motion and rotational motion. So we can consider that when body is rolling on a surface, the center of mass point where the whole mass of the body is supposed to be concentrated is having purely translational motion. So if you observe the diagram, there is an object which is rolling on the flat surface, horizontal surface, and there is an object which is rolling down an inclined plane. So we can consider that the whole mass of the body is supposed to be concentrated at the center, and this central point is having purely translational motion, and its translational speed shown here is suppose VCM, that is the speed of center of mass point. So ये जो पॉइंट है वो क्या परफॉर्म करेगा, ट्रांसलेशनल मोशन परफॉर्म करेगा, whereas the other particles of the object are performing circular motions about an axis of rotation which is passing through the center of mass point. So ये जो हर एक पार्टिकल है उसका अगर हम लोग मोशन डिस्कस करते हैं तो इट इज क्वाइट बिट कॉम्प्लिकेटेड, and therefore for theory considerations we'll consider that the motion, rolling motion, consists of two types of motion: a circular motion of the body as a whole about its own symmetric axis. So we'll consider that this body is rotating about an axis of rotation which is passing through the center of mass point. Its angular speed shown here is omega, and the center of mass point is performing linear motion, so it is having the translational speed VCM. Clear? So as it's a combination of two types of motion, rotational motion and translational motion, the total kinetic energy of rolling motion is nothing but E is equal to kinetic energy for translational motion plus kinetic energy for rotational motion. So E is equal to ET plus ER, where ET is nothing but translational kinetic energy and ER is nothing but rotational kinetic energy. So now you know the formula for translational kinetic energy, but before that let m be the mass and r be the radius of the body which is rolling down the inclined plane or on horizontal surface. Then v is the translational speed with which the center of mass point is moving, and omega is the angular speed of rotation, and I is the moment of inertia of the body about an axis passing through the center of mass of the body. So next, the translational kinetic energy formula is half mv square, where m is nothing but mass of the body and v is nothing but the translational speed. So हमें मिल गया ET, that is translational kinetic energy. Then the rotational kinetic energy formula is half I omega square, जैसे हम लोगों ने पहले लेक्चर में previous lectures में derive किया है, where I is nothing but moment of inertia and omega is nothing but angular speed. So these are the translational and rotational kinetic energies. So from equation 1 we'll get E is equal to half mv square plus half I omega square. So this is the total kinetic energy of the rolling body, which is a combination of translational motion of center of mass point and the circular motion of whole body about the axis of rotation which is passing through the center of mass point. Clear? Now the total kinetic energy E is equal to half mv square plus half mk square omega square. Instead of I, will substitute mk square, where k is nothing but radius of gyration of the body. So next, instead of v, we will substitute r omega. where r is nothing but radius of the circular path and omega is nothing but angular speed. So this is the relation between v and omega. V is equal to r omega. So we will substitute that, and instead of v square we'll write down there r square omega square. So is equal to half mr square omega square plus half mk square omega square. तो यहाँ पे कॉमन टर्म है हाफ m omega square. So we'll take it outside the bracket and we'll write down there E is equal to half m omega square, and inside the bracket r square plus k square. Now we know that V is equal to r omega, and therefore omega is equal to V upon r. So instead of omega square, we'll substitute there V square upon r square. So E is equal to half m V square upon r square, inside the bracket r square plus k square. Now we'll take r square inside the bracket in the denominator, and therefore we'll get E is equal to half mv square r square plus k square upon r square. And next we'll get E is equal to, that is the kinetic energy of rolling motion, half mv square 1 plus k square upon r square, where k is nothing but radius of gyration of the body. So from here you can notice that as k is different for different geometric shapes, therefore the kinetic energy of rolling motion will be different for different shapes. Now we'll consider the rolling motion of a body without slipping on an inclined plane. So this is an inclined plane which is inclined at an angle of theta with respect to this horizontal surface. And this is the body of mass m and radius r which is rolling down the inclined plane without slipping. तो ये विदाउट स्लिप किए या स्लाइड हुए यहाँ से रोल करे या प्योरली रोलिंग मोशन यहाँ पे हो, इसलिए यहाँ पे स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन होना ज़रूरी है. अगर स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन होगा तो हम इसको प्योरली रोलिंग मोशन कंसिडर कर सकते हैं, तो बॉडी स्लिप नहीं होगा. क्लियर? सो नाउ द हाइट from which this body is rolling down the inclined plane is nothing but h. So to find this height, we'll find out the sin theta ratio in this right angle triangle. So sin theta is equal to opposite side upon the length of the inclined plane, that is hypotenuse. So h upon s is equal to sin theta, and therefore h is equal to s sin theta. Clear? So हमें height मिल गया कि जहाँ से ये बॉडी क्या कर रहा है, रोल डाउन हो रहा है along inclined plane. So consider a rigid body of mass m and radius r rolling down an inclined plane of inclination theta from height h. Now when this body rolls down the inclined plane, it performs two types of motions. It's a combination of two types of motion, translational motion and rotational motion. Clear? So ये जब यहाँ से roll down कर रहा है, at this topmost position, it is having some potential energy due to the height h, but its velocity is 0 at this position, and therefore its kinetic energy is equal to 0. When it rolls down the inclined plane and reaches to this position, its velocity increases to maximum and its potential energy becomes 0 as it reaches to the ground position, and with respect to ground its potential energy will consider 0 as height is equal to 0. So when this roll down the inclined plane, its velocity goes on increasing. इसका ट्रांसलेशनल स्पीड क्या होते जाएगा, इंक्रीज होते जाएगा जैसे जैसे ये रोल डाउन करेगा नीचे ड्यू टू ग्रेविटेशनल एक्सेलरेशन, और ये यूनिफॉर्म एक्सेलरेशन के साथ क्या होगा, इंक्रीज होगा. क्लियर? So if v is the linear speed acquired by the body when it reaches the bottom of the inclined plane, the loss in the gravitational potential energy is equal to gain in kinetic energy. यहाँ पे उसका पोटेंशियल एनर्जी ज़्यादा है बट काइनेटिक एनर्जी क्या है, ज़ीरो. बॉटम पोजीशन पे उसका काइनेटिक एनर्जी मैक्सिमम है बट ग्रेविटेशनल पोटेंशियल एनर्जी क्या है यहाँ पे, ज़ीरो. So यहाँ पे there is loss in gravitational potential energy as it rolls down the inclined plane, and whatever is the loss, that loss get converted into kinetic energy. So we have written here loss in gravitational potential energy is equal to gain in kinetic energy. Now the formula for potential energy is mgh, where h is nothing but height, and therefore at this position the potential energy shown is mgh, and the kinetic energy is equal to 0, which is equal to the potential energy at this bottom point becomes 0 as its height with respect to bottom is 0, and its kinetic energy becomes half mv square plus half mk square omega square. Now this is the addition of translational and rotational kinetic energy. Half mv square is the translational kinetic energy, and half I omega square, which is half mk square omega square, is the rotational kinetic energy. So whatever is the loss in the potential energy, it get converted into kinetic energy. Now this is equal to half mv square, and inside the bracket 1 plus k square r square. क्लियर? तो ये हमने पहले डिराइव किया था एक्सप्रेशन फॉर टोटल काइनेटिक एनर्जी in terms of radius of gyration, that is half mv square 1 plus k square upon r square. So now from this equation, now as m is common on both the side, it get cancelled, and therefore v square is equal to 2gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square. Now taking square root on both the sides, we'll get v is equal to square root of 2gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square. So this is the velocity or linear speed acquired by the body when it reaches to the bottom of the inclined plane. Clear? Now we'll find an expression for acceleration of a body rolling down the inclined plane. So now as body roll down the inclined plane, its velocity goes on increasing with an acceleration a. So let a be the linear acceleration of the body while rolling down the inclined plane. And to find this acceleration, we'll use the kinematical equation. So third kinematical equation is v square is equal to u square plus 2as, where v is nothing but final velocity, u is nothing but initial velocity, a acceleration, and s is nothing but the length of the inclined plane. So now as u is equal to 0, as body starts from rest, so we will substitute u equals to 0, and therefore we will get v square is equal to 2as. Now from here we will write down v square, which is 2gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square, जैसे हमने पहले derive किया है v के लिए expression. So this is equal to twice of as. Now from this right angle triangle, you will get the relation between h, theta and s, that sine theta is equal to h upon s, and therefore h is equal to s sine theta. So now to find an acceleration, we'll shift this 2s towards the left hand side, and therefore we'll get a is equal to 2gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square into 1 upon 2s. Instead of h, we'll substitute s sine theta, and therefore as h is equal to s sine theta, s get cancelled from numerator and denominator, and 2 get cancelled, and therefore a is equal to g sine theta upon 1 plus k square upon r square. So this is the acceleration with which this body is moving along the inclined plane. Now we'll find out the kinetic energy and acceleration of rolling body. Now rolling body, it can be a sphere, it can be a cylinder, it can be a disc, or it can be a ring. So now first we will find out the kinetic energy and acceleration of a ring. Now we know that the total kinetic energy E is equal to half mv square 1 plus k square upon r square. Now for ring, the moment of inertia about an axis of rotation which is passing through its center of mass point and perpendicular to its plane, that is about its axis of symmetry, is I is equal to mr square, and also the moment of inertia in terms of radius of gyration is mk square. So after equating these two, get cancelled, and therefore k square upon r square is equal to 1. So अभी ये इक्वेशन में अगर हम लोग ये रेशियो सब्स्टिट्यूट करते हैं फॉर रिंग, तो we'll get E is equal to half mv square inside the bracket 1 plus 1, that will be 2. 2 get cancelled from numerator and denominator, and therefore the kinetic energy E is equal to mv square. So this is the kinetic energy for rolling motion of ring. Next we'll find out the acceleration. So acceleration is nothing but g sin theta upon 1 plus k square upon r square. Instead of k square upon r square, we'll substitute 1. 1 plus 1 2, and therefore acceleration is g sin theta upon 2. So this is the acceleration for the rolling motion of ring on an inclined plane. Next we'll find out the kinetic energy and acceleration of a rolling body, that is for solid disk. So the moment of inertia for solid disk about an axis of symmetry, that is about an axis which is passing through its center of mass point and perpendicular to its plane, is I is equal to half mr square, where m is nothing but mass of the disk and r is nothing but radius of the disk. But in terms of radius of gyration, I is equal to mk square, mass into radial distance square. So after equating these two, get cancelled, and k square upon r square, अगर हम लोग ये डिनोमिनेटर में शिफ्ट करते हैं तो k square upon r square is equal to half. So now we'll substitute this in this equation for E. So E is equal to half mv square, 1 plus half, cross multiply. So 2 plus 1 3 by 2. So energy E is equal to 3 by 4 mv square. So this is the energy for solid disk rolling motion. Next, to find the acceleration, g sin theta upon 1 plus k square upon r square. Instead of k square upon r square, we will substitute 1 by 2, that is half. Cross multiply. So that will be g sin theta upon 3 by 2. And therefore, A acceleration for rolling motion of solid disk is equal to 2g sin theta upon 3. Next, we will find the kinetic energy and acceleration for solid sphere. So moment of inertia of solid sphere about any diameter is 2 by 5 mr square, which is equal to mk square. Now get cancelled, and therefore k square upon r square, this ratio is equal to 2 upon 5. So after substituting this in this equation for total energy, E is equal to half mv square 1 plus 2 upon 5. Cross multiply, and therefore we will get 5 plus 2 by 5, that is 7 by 5, which is equal to E is equal to 7 by 10 mv square. So this is the energy for solid sphere for the rolling motion. Next, acceleration is g sin theta upon 1 plus k square upon r square. Instead of k square upon r square, we will substitute 2 upon 5 and then cross multiply. So we will get g sin theta upon 5 plus 2 upon 5, that is 7 by 5, and therefore acceleration is 5g sin theta upon 7. So this is the energy and this is the acceleration for solid sphere while rolling down the inclined plane. So यहाँ से हमें समझ में आएगा जैसे बॉडी का शेप चेंज होगा, जो रोल कर रहा है उसका एनर्जी, काइनेटिक एनर्जी एंड एक्सेलरेशन भी क्या होगा, अलग होगा. क्लियर? Now we'll start the numericals on rotational dynamics. Now read the question, that starting from rest, an object rolls down along an incline that rises by 3 in every 5 along it. The object gains a speed of square root of 10 meter per second as it travels a distance of 5 by 3 meter along the incline. So what can be the possible shape or shapes of the object? So this is the numerical on rolling motion, and just now we have discussed the rolling motion where we derive the expression for total kinetic energy, velocity and the acceleration of the rolling body. So the given data is that its velocity or the speed gained by the object while rolling down is square root of 10 meter per second, and it travels a distance of s is equal to 5 by 3 meter. Now if we find out the acceleration in this case, then by finding the acceleration we can conclude whether it is ring, sphere or disk, because acceleration for different geometric shapes is different. So now we'll consider an inclined plane which is inclined at an angle of theta. This is the height from which this body is rolling down, and this s is nothing but the length of the inclined plane. Now here it is given that when the body rolls down along an incline that rises by 3 in every 5. तो अगर हम लोग 5 मीटर से नीचे डाउनवर्ड आ रहे हैं तो यहाँ पे हाइट कितने से चेंज हो रहा है? बाय 3. तो अगर ये टोटल हमने कंसिडर किया 3 और इसको हमने कंसिडर किया 5, तो यहाँ पे हम साइन थीटा रेशो फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं. तो अगर ये 3 से डाउन आ रहा है जब भी अलोंग द इंक्लाइन प्लेन 5 मीटर डिस्टेंस कवर कर रहा है, तो वी कैन अप्लाई द साइन थीटा रेशो ओवर हियर, दैट साइन थीटा इज इक्वल टू h अपॉन s, बट h इज नथिंग बट 3 and s is nothing but 5. Clear? So from there you can calculate the value of s. So next, v square is equal to u square plus 2s. This is the third kinematical equation, and we'll use this equation to find the acceleration. Now as at the topmost position the initial velocity is 0, it is at rest, and therefore after substituting u is equal to 0 we'll get v square is equal to 2s. So therefore a is equal to acceleration is equal to v square upon 2s, and v is nothing but square root of 10. So square root of 10 square is nothing but 10. 10 upon 2s, that is 2 into 5 by 3. So ये वेलोसिटी जब एक्वायर करता है तो कितना डिस्टेंस कवर किया है उसने? 5 by 3 मीटर. So 3 goes up and therefore it will be 10 into 3 upon 2 into 5, which is equal to 30 upon 10, that is 3 meter per second square. So this is the acceleration with which this body is rolling down the inclined plane. Now acceleration is nothing but g sin theta upon 1 plus k square upon r square. तो ये हर बॉडी के लिए, हर शेप की बॉडी के लिए एक्सेलेरेशन क्या होगा? अलग होगा, बिकॉज इट डिपेंड्स ऑन रेडियस ऑफ gyration. So now we'll substitute here sin theta value, which is nothing but 3 upon 5. So acceleration is equal to 3, which is equal to g is nothing but 10, sin theta is nothing but 3 upon 5 upon 1 plus k square upon r square. तो यहाँ पे 3 get cancel from this side and this side, that is left hand side and right hand side, and therefore 1 is equal to 5 2s are 10, so 2 upon 1 plus k square upon r square. Now shift this towards this side, and therefore we'll get 1 plus k square upon r square is equal to 2. So k square upon r square is equal to 2 minus 1, which is equal to 1. और ये रेशो तभी आ सकता है when the moment of inertia mr square is equal to mk square. और ये किसके लिए होता है? ये होगा फॉर रिंग और फॉर हॉलो सिलेंडर. सो जो शेप होगा, पॉसिबल शेप, वो क्या हो सकता है? या तो रिंग होगा या हॉलो सिलेंडर, क्योंकि रिंग और हॉलो सिलेंडर के लिए हम लोगों ने फाइंड आउट किया था दिस रेशो इज इक्वल टू 1. Next question. Part of a racing track is to be designed for a curvature of 72 meter. We are not recommending the vehicles to drive faster than 216, that is 216 km per hour. With what angle should the road be tilted? By what height will its outer edge be with respect to the inner edge if the track is 10 meter wide? So this is the numerical which is based on banking of roads. So you must have remember the formula for banking. If theta is the angle of banking, then V is equal to square root of Rg tan theta. So now first we'll write down the data which is given in the numerical, that V is equal to 216 km per hour. Convert this into meter per second. So to convert this, we'll multiply 216 by 1000. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter per hour. So divide by 3600 seconds. Now 0, 0, 0, 0 get cancelled from numerator and denominator, and therefore we'll get V is equal to 2160 upon 36. Further we'll get 360 upon 6. 6 6 are 36. Then 6 3 are 18. तो यहाँ पे कितना रहेगा 3 36, again 6 6 are 36 and 0. So that will be 360 upon 6, which is equal to 60 meter per second. So this is the speed, maximum allowed speed on bank road. तो यहाँ पे फ्रिक्शन कंसिडर नहीं किया है, सिर्फ बैंकिंग है, और बैंकिंग को कंसिडर करते हुए कितना स्पीड होता है, v इज इक्वल टू स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ Rg tan theta. Now tan theta squaring on both the sides will get v square is equal to Rg tan theta. So tan theta is equal to v square upon Rg. Now instead of v, will substitute here 60. So 60 square upon r is nothing but 72 meter, that is radius of the circular path. So 72 into 10, g is nothing but 10, so that will be 720, and 60 square is 3600. Now 0 0 get cancelled from numerator and denominator, and it will be 40 by 8. There have been 9 8s are 72 and 9 4s are 36, and remaining यहाँ पे 0. So that will be 40 upon 8, which is equal to 8 5s are 40, so that will be 5. So theta is nothing but tan inverse of 5. तो यहाँ पे हमें एंगल ऑफ बैंकिंग मिला है थीटा, विच इज tan इनवर्स ऑफ 5. और अगर आप ये फाइंड आउट करते हो वैल्यू tan इनवर्स ऑफ 5, तो आपको थीटा मिलेगा 78.69 डिग्री. सो दिस इज द एंगल ऑफ बैंकिंग, और दिस इज द एंगल with which the road should be tilted to travel with the maximum speed which is equal to 216 km per hour. इससे ज़्यादा स्पीड यहाँ पे अलाउड नहीं है, तो ये इतना एंगल ऑफ बैंकिंग होना चाहिए. क्लियर? नेक्स्ट टू फाइंड द हाइट of the outer edge of the road with respect to inner edge. We'll consider here this diagram. So this is nothing but the height with which the outer edge is raised above the inner edge. This is the horizontal surface and this is the inclined surface. So now suppose this road surface is inclined at an angle of theta, which is equal to 78.69 degree. So sin theta in this triangle is equal to h upon L, and therefore height of the outer edge with respect to inner edge is h is equal to L sin theta. Now we know the angle of banking is 78.69. So h is equal to L, that is nothing but length of the road or width of the road, that is 10 into sine of 78.69. So that will be h is equal to 10 into 0.98 and h is equal to 9.8 meter. Sine find out करते हो आप log book में देखो तो sine of this 78.69 will be 0.98, and after multiplying this with L 10 will get h is equal to 9.8 meter. So this height is nothing but 9.8 meter. with which the outer edge is raised above the inner edge. Now, during a stunt, a cyclist considered to be a particle is undertaking horizontal circles inside a cylindrical well of radius 6.05 meter. If the necessary friction coefficient is 0.5, how much minimum speed should the stunt artist maintain? Mass of the artist is 50 kg. If she or he increases the speed by 20%, how much will the force of friction be? So ये well of death का न्यूमेरिकल है जो आपने well of death पढ़ा है प्रीवियस लेक्चर्स में. तो उसमें आपने पढ़ा है the cyclist can complete the horizontal circle with certain minimum speed. अगर इससे कम स्पीड हुआ तो अपना हॉरिजॉन्टल सर्कल सेफली कंप्लीट नहीं कर सकता है. नाउ द फोर्सेस व्हिच आर एक्टिंग ऑन द साइक्लिस्ट आर द नॉर्मल रिएक्शन बाय दिस वॉल व्हिच इज इन दिस डायरेक्शन टुवर्ड्स द सेंटर, and this provides the necessary centripetal force for the circular motion. Then the other force is nothing but weight which is acting in the downward direction, mg, and to oppose the slipping in the downward direction there must be force of friction which is acting in the upward direction. तो ये जो force of friction है that balances the weight mg of the vehicle. Now the maximum value of the force of friction is mu s times n, or it can be less than mu s times n. Maximum it is mu s times n. So the data which is given in this numerical is radius of the cylindrical well, that is 6.05 meter. The coefficient of static friction, that is 0.5. Mass of the cyclist is 50 kg, and we need to find the minimum velocity of the cyclist, and the coefficient of static friction given is 0.5. We need to find the force of static friction when the velocity increases by 20% of minimum. Clear? So now the maximum value of force of static friction is mu s times n. So it can be less than or equal to mu s times n. But as Fs is nothing but mg, weight mg is balanced by force of static friction. So write down here mg is less than or equal to mu s times n. Now as normal reaction provides the necessary centripetal force, so we'll replace that by mv square upon r. So mg is less than or equal to mu s mv square upon r. Now m get cancelled from both the sides, and therefore we'll get g is less than or equal to mu s v square upon r. So v square is greater than or equal to rg upon mu s. तो ये हमने पहले भी डिराइव किया था एक्सप्रेशन फॉर मिनिमम वेलोसिटी in a well of death. So minimum it can be square root of rg upon mu s. इससे ज़्यादा हो सकता है, but minimum कितना है? Square root of rg upon mu s. Now to find this minimum velocity to maintain that horizontal circular path, we'll substitute the values. So r is nothing but 6.05 meter into g is nothing but 10 upon mu s value is 0.5. So this will be 60.5 upon 0.5. So यहाँ पे अगर हम लोग मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं 10 से, तो दैट विल बी 605 अपॉन 5 विच इज नथिंग बट स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 121. ये फाइंड आउट करके देखो तो मैं ये वैल्यू मिलेगा 121. 605 अपॉन 5. नाउ स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 121 इज नथिंग बट 11. सो मिनिमम वेलोसिटी इज नथिंग बट 11 मीटर पर सेकेंड. तो इतने मिनिमम वेलोसिटी के साथ साइक्लिस्ट को रन करना होगा to complete the horizontal circle. Now the force of friction balances the weight mg of this vehicle. तो force of friction उतना ही increase होगा जितना weight होगा, और therefore Fs is equal to mg. Now m is nothing but 50, g is nothing but 10, so that will be Fs is equal to 50 into 10, and therefore force of static friction is nothing but 500 Newton. तो Fs का वैल्यू मैक्सिमम mu s टाइम्स n हो सकता है, और जितना यहाँ पे वेट होगा उतना ही क्या होगा? फोर्स ऑफ स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन. तो ये लिमिटिंग फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन के लिए इतना है, बट अगर वेट mg है तो Fs का वैल्यू होगा mg, दैट इज 500 न्यूटन. क्लियर? थैंक यू.